everyone, I'm Kara with Friday Night Light Ministries, and this week's episode of FNL Reload is about storms. And just to be clear, it's not the storms where we run outside and get soaked. It's the storms that God allows in our lives to show us where we need to grow. Yes, those exceptionally fun ones that are so exciting. Well, maybe not really fun and not maybe exciting, but really, really good when we look back and we realize what God brought us through and how we've grown and changed since then. So God has plans for us, right? But that doesn't mean that we're ready for them right now. He gets us ready by allowing storms to happen in our lives so we can begin tweaking our behavior if we let them, and giving us opportunities to change our responses if we take them, and grow our faith. His plans won't be one without faith, and faith isn't faith until it's tested and acted upon. The Bible doesn't say if storms are going to come your way. It says when the storms of life come, the wicked are whirled away, but the godly have a lasting foundation. That's in Proverbs 10:25. Matthew 7:24-27, Jesus himself is speaking here, says, "Anyone who listens to my teaching and follows it is wise, like a person who builds a house on solid rock. Though the rain comes, and the torrents and the floodwaters rise, and the winds beat against that house, it won't collapse because it's built on bedrock. But anyone who hears my teaching and doesn't obey is foolish, like a person who builds a house on sand. When the rain and flood comes and the winds beat against the house, it will collapse with a mighty crash." So look, building a house requires a plan, a blueprint, a foundation, and we have to have a plan to grow ourselves. And we have to be honest about the negative areas that we have, because that way when we face those storms and those times when our faith is tested, we're already on track to handle them well. There's an old movie that I love. It's called The Shawshank Redemption. And one of the main characters says a line I'll never forget. He says, "You either got to get busy living or get busy dying." I like to say we got to get busy growing or get busy dying. A relationship with God isn't about stagnation, it's about life. And life requires growth, right? If we're not growing, we're dying. So if we're the same tomorrow that we are today, or the same next year that we are right now, we're not growing, we're not developing, we just aren't. And that means we're not taking intentionality and getting to where we need to be. We all know that we have areas that we need to grow in. We all know where our weak areas are. And if we choose just one area, not 3, not 20, not all of the areas that we need to grow in. If we can choose one area and work on that for several months or work on that for a year, over a several year period, we will have grown a lot. And we'll be able to look back and go, wow, I used to do this when this happened, but now I respond this way. It's creating good habits. It's being intentional about our time, being intentional about our daily lives, being intentional about growing in the areas that He wants us to grow in. So that requires us being honest with ourselves, taking an honest assessment of where we are and what we need to do. It requires us reading our Bible, studying the areas we're weak in, getting stronger in those things. It requires maybe being brave enough to go, hey, to our boss or our friend or somebody over us, where is the area you think I need to grow in? And then creating a plan to grow in that area. So we challenge you here at Friday Night Light to get busy growing, because God has really good plans for you. And we want to see you accomplish them, because we're all about empowering people to do whatever God has them to do to advance the kingdom. So we hope you have a great week. We'll see you next week on FNL Reload. Don't forget to find us on Facebook and YouTube at Friday Night Light, Instagram at The Friday Light, or our website at FridayNightLight.us. Have a great day.